Hi everyone, welcome back to my series on self-care. So last week we talked about setting up our mental health goals and setting our physical health goals. And then we also talked about our morning routines and our evening routines and how important they are, and we set those up as well. And then I showed you guys a calendar check off so that you can check off all your days to help with consistency. So how did you guys do? That was week 1. Now we're on to week 2. How did I do? So I did something every day, but I didn't do it like I missed a few steps here or there during the week. Like for example, I did start using my daily journal. I know we didn't talk about that, but I did start using it, and I think I filled it out 4 days out of 7. So not too bad, but better than what I usually have done in the past. So, and then as far as my daily goals, I got dressed every day. I brushed my teeth every day. So I met them the majority of the day. I met all of my daily goals the majority of the day. My weekly goal, I did not meet my workout. Only got 3 days in. However, on two of the other days that I didn't work out, I did walk like for 2.5 or 3 minutes. So maybe that could be considered a workout for me anyways, simply because it was hard. I mean, you guys know my history. Walking is not something that I can do. So I'm really looking forward to being able to take walks. And that's one of the things I didn't talk about last week in our first session. And I have to write it down as a goal, add it to my goals right now, is walking. I want to be able to walk, and I brought it up, and I'll tell you where I brought it up in a minute. And I have decided that I want to walk with as many people as I can this summer. And even if they're 5-minute walks, I want to get out and walk. That's going to help me with my social health, my physical health, my mental health, and I am super excited. So if any of y'all live in Minnesota, or even if you don't, you want to come walk with me this summer, let me know. So yeah, I definitely filled out everything, pretty much everything all week. I was successful in some places, not so successful in others. I would love to hear how you guys did. And so this week, being week 2, I wanted to kind of talk over the meal planning and see how we can go from there. So let me show you what I have so far. Before we get started on our meal plans, let's talk about our weekly check-ins. So our weekly check-in questions. So what was the best thing that happened this week? For me, it was by far being on Justin Augustin's podcast. It was so exciting. I had such a great time. And boy, did that start off my week and just make my week. So that's what I'm most excited. That was the best thing that happened to me. What happened this week that I'm grateful for? Well, that would be one. Some of these things, by the way, I probably won't share my response with, just because they're kind of personal. And if I end up naming a person in particular, I really don't want to show that on here. So I hope you understand there are just some things that I'm not going to share. So I did have a couple things that I'm really grateful for that happened this week. And I think they also really kept me going. What did I learn this week? well, one of the big things I will share that I learned is that no matter how high you are on something great that happened in a week, that negative talk still comes through. So, I, you know what? I'm just gonna have to manage this negative talk and still power through and know that it's gonna be around. So I have to prepare myself for it. Did I make time for myself this week? Did you guys make time for yourself? You know, I don't think I made any extra time for myself. I mean, I'm alone a lot, so I do get a lot of me time, but that doesn't mean it's really making time for myself and doing something good for myself. So one of the things I'm going to do next week is make a conscious effort to do something kind for myself, because I don't always do that. I'm just kind of here in case anyone needs me. That's usually kind of my mode. My overall mood for this week was actually really good. I was up and super happy about how my week went. Towards the end of the week, I started crashing, but not in a bad way. I mean, just more slowly coming down from the, fabulous start to my week, I guess. How did I show kindness this week? This is something you guys should think about. I know what I did, and and this is again something that is personal, and so I probably won't share it, but I'm happy that I did what I did this week, and it's starting to become it's just a habit. I just feel like, you know what? I'm going to say it. You guys have really made me you guys have made me a better person. I mean, I didn't realize that, that I had some things to say and that I can be a good mentor. And so I'm taking that into all aspects of my life. So I'll just leave that at that. What did I do to take care of myself this week? Again, that kind of goes of self, of the one up here. Where did it go? How did I make time for myself this week? I think those kind of go hand in hand. What did I do to take care of myself this week? Nothing special. So I think next week I'm going to do something special. I don't know what it is. I think I know what it is yet. And maybe I should say it so that I actually do it. But I don't know if I'm going to have time to do it. And oh, there it is. That's what I have to do. I have to make time for it. So I'm going to say it. I need to get a pedicure. So that's what I'll do next week to take care of myself. Was there anything that made you feel down? Nothing in general this week made me feel down. Actually, there was one thing, but again, I probably won't share it. And it only made me feel down for a little bit, because understanding the history of this situation, I realized that what I got was the best that person was able to give me. And so I didn't allow it to keep me down for too long. What do I want to change next week? Well, I need to follow my goals more. Like I'm upset with myself that I didn't work out 4 days this week. So, I just need to follow my goals a little bit more. So how did you guys do on those questions? Also, okay, did you guys fill out your daily journal? I know we really didn't talk about it much, but I did start filling it out. I'm not going to share that, but I did start filling it out. We had a lot of cloudy days, so I think I used this one the most. And I actually used this one the most too, which was great. I probably could have used that one once, but that feels, I don't know. In any case, I hope you found something to be proud of. And I hope you found something to look forward to. And I hope you found a really good affirmation. And again, let me remind you, if you find some great affirmations, please throw them in the comments, because I can use them for, I'll use them for future things. I don't know. And it'd be great to just share. Sleep journal. Well, you can see I only did mine 3 times. And I actually got a 7-hour night, which is amazing to me. But then, I turn around and have a 5.5-hour night. So there is that. Morning routines, evening routines. I followed them sort of, probably better than I thought I was going to, because I'm still getting used to that. So self-soothing techniques. Did you use any of these? I actually didn't have to this week, which I thought was a really good thing. So let's move on to our weekly menu. So I actually did this, and I have the wrong date up here. Whoops, because this is for this coming week. So I'm just going to write week 2. So, and I generally have eggs and toast every morning. But I'm changing it up a little bit. I'm starting to eat Chobani vanilla Greek yogurt, which I love. It's the only Greek yogurt that I will eat, to be quite honest. And so that's becoming part of my rotation. I didn't do lunches because they're gonna generally be leftovers from whatever I made the night before. But I'm so proud of myself, because yesterday Cody and I went to Trader Joe's, but before we went, we decided just to create our menu for the week. That way, because when we go in there, we tend to just grab things and then end up spending a whole ton of money. So, and then it sits in our fridge or freezer, and then half the time we forget that we bought it. So we really were intentional in what we bought, and making sure that we planned our meals. So this is our meal plan for the week. I'm super excited. My sons are coming over for dinner. We usually have a family night on Monday, a family dinner on Mondays. So I'm making chicken tikka masala with jasmine rice and garlic naan. And then, I don't know if you guys can see these, but I'm sure you can. But in any case, I'm just really proud of myself that we've got our meals planned. And of course, we may switch up the days, but at least we've got 7 meals here ready to go. We have all the ingredients for it, and we're ready to go. Oh, and yeah, and as you can see, I did a terrible job on my weekly food diary. So I guess we really didn't talk about this last week, though. This is for week 2. This is the next thing that we can implement, is doing our weekly menu, filling it out, going to the grocery store, getting all our ingredients, and seeing if that helps us stay on track. For me, I can tell you it's going to, because every time I do this, I stay on track. Every time I don't do this, I don't. So, and as you can see though, this was from last week. I started my my weekly food diary, and I just totally failed. Oh, but there you go. I had that yogurt. Those meatballs were so good. You know what? We can always share recipes too if you guys would like. That would be fun. We'll see how it goes. I did not use my grocery list. I don't know, I'd like your feedback on this. Is this something that you guys will use or no? And feedback, I think, is going to be really important, because I'm also finding that scrolling through this is not as good as I thought. So I may put some kind of a button up in my next one so that every time you can scroll wherever you want to go, not just from the table of contents. So that's just let me know, give me your feedback, because if this works, I definitely want to do another one for next year. Okay, hydration. This is another thing. I need to start this on a Monday, not on a Sunday, because everything in here starts on a Monday. Don't know why I had this start on a Sunday. But and because this is Sunday, I actually already, oops, my pen went out. Okay, I already had 2. Okay, so did you guys fill out your hydration for the week? I filled it out every day, but I didn't meet my goal, so I definitely have to work on that. So how do you think you did this week? Did you follow your daily goals? Did you follow your weekly goals? Did you fill everything out? Did you get your routines in? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And I hope that you're still excited about the series, and I hope you can come back. If you don't follow me, please consider giving me a follow. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram, where I do daily videos working out. It's kind of like a vlog there, just to keep myself accountable. And next week, I think we will start talking about social self-care and what that looks like for you, what that looks like for me, and how we can manage that a little bit. So I hope you guys have a fabulous week. I hope it's productive and happy, and I will see you next week.